The list of GOP presidential hopefuls is getting smaller. Find out who's out and what's next for them.
Ben & Jerry's is now offering a new ice cream flavor. Stay here to find out what it might be.
Google Fiber is planning to give out free Wi-Fi to many Americans with low income. To hear more, stay here with us, your Channel 99 News.
Live from the Channel 99 studios in the Hazleton Area Career Center is the area's only student-produced news show. This is Channel 99 News.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Channel 99. It's been a while.
Yes, it has, and we're back to bring you up-to-date news, weather, sports, and more.
I'm your host, Shane Jordan.
And I'm Gabriella Laura.
With Iowa in their rearview mirror, the presidential candidates are in New Hampshire ahead of Tuesday's primary there.
Fresh off his victory in Iowa, Ted Cruz is embracing his momentum.
Conservatives all across the state of Iowa came out and stood together, and they put the country on notice that the media is not going to pick the next Republican nominee.
A dig aimed at Donald Trump, who accused Cruz via Twitter of fraud and stealing the Iowa caucuses. Trump wants either a new election or to have the results nullified. Meanwhile, the GOP field of candidates continues to narrow. Rand Paul announced he was pulling out of the race today after a fifth-place showing in Iowa.
It has been a privilege to give voice to the liberty movement in this race, and I believe we have broadened the debate by being part of it.
According to CNN news source, Rick Santorum will also end his campaign. On the Democratic side, Clinton and Bernie Sanders participated in a town hall meeting in Derry and in a traditional debate, which almost didn't happen. Sanders threatened to pull out unless the Clinton camp agreed to 3 more debates. Clinton agreed to 2 in Michigan and California, but not in her home state of New York.
I am a little bit amazed that Secretary Clinton does not want to have a debate in the state that she represented.
It was only within the past few days that the Democratic National Committee officially sanctioned the head-to-head battle, after a political game of chicken between Clinton and Sanders.
The Republicans want to repeal the Affordable Care Act. I want to improve it. I want to build on it, get the cost down, get prescription drug costs down. Senator Sanders wants us to start all over again. Let's make the Affordable Care Act work for everybody.
I am on the Health Education Labor Committee. That committee wrote the Affordable Care Act. The idea that I would dismantle health care in America while we're waiting to pass a Medicare for all is just not accurate.
But co-moderator Rachel Maddow doesn't think that the party will feel the burn, telling a national magazine it's hard to imagine Sanders being the Democratic nominee. Sanders used the knock to his advantage, saying he's fighting the media and the establishment.
I haven't quite run for president before.
Clinton trying to tout experience, also attempting to distance herself from Walsh.
Yes, of course, we have special interests that are unfortunately doing too much to rig the game. I believe that we can get back on the right track.
Reporting for Channel 99 News, I'm Kylie Dillon.
Google Fiber is planning to give high-speed internet to thousands of low-income Americans free of charge. The company says it intends to wire select public housing buildings in all of the cities where it operates. It started Wednesday in Kansas City, Missouri, turning on service for the West Bluff Townhomes community. Up to 1,300 households in the city will receive a free 1,000 megabytes per second subscription. The average download speed is 12 megabytes per second. At current cost, Google Fiber will be giving away more than $1 million a year in service in Kansas City alone. It's part of a plan launched by the White House last summer, aimed at connecting low-income households to the internet.
If you see a lot of folks wearing red today, here's why. It's a National Go Red Day. The American Heart Association is working to raise awareness of the toll heart disease takes on women. They're asking women to wear red and donate to help fund research. The group says heart disease and strokes kill a woman every 80 seconds, but the vast majority of these events are preventable. You can learn more at goforredforwomen.org.
That pain at the pump we used to talk seems to be dissipating. so far this year. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded gas is now $1.78. Filling up costs even less than the national average in some states like Missouri and Oklahoma. Gas prices there are under $1.50. Who pays the most? That would be drivers in Hawaii. They pay around $2.63 for a gallon of regular unleaded.
Acupuncture has been practiced in China and other Asian countries for thousands of years. Research has shown that practice can reduce nausea and vomiting after chemotherapy, and it can also relieve pain. Now doctors are looking to see if it can help certain breast cancer patients. When Titi Arroyo was diagnosed with early-stage breast
I
cancer,
had
doctors
joint
put her
pains,
treatment
my
which caused her to
knees
have
and my
some side
ankles, and my entire body just hurts.
Like this?
When Titi Arroyo was diagnosed early with stage breast cancer, her doctors put her on a treatment that
I
caused
was
her to have
sleeping
some
better,
side effects.
and also the pains reduced.
So her physician recommended she take part in a trial study that looked at acupuncture as a way to relieve some of her pain. She says it worked.
First, I'm gonna clean this.
Experts say more than 60% of women with early-stage breast cancer suffer from hot flashes, joint and muscle pain, and depression caused by their treatment. They thought if acupuncture could help their patients with some of their
Minimum
discomfort,
side effects,
it could eventually
and
be used as
this can
therapy along with
potentially
medication.
help them have significant symptom improvement. Okay, so when are you going to Nigeria?
Dr. Bao theorizes that pricks from both real and sham acupuncture needles may stimulate the body, which can relieve pain. Sham or not acupuncture may be reasonable alternative to help these women.
Now for our local news, Pablo Valenzuela, age 25 of Hazleton, was accused of kidnapping and robbing a manager of West Hazleton restaurant, pleaded guilty Monday to robbery and burglary charges. He entered his plea to Judge Michael Tivo, who ordered him to pay nearly $1,300 in restitution to Applebee's in West Hazleton. Valenzuela, who also pleaded guilty to heroin trafficking in another case, was being held at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility pending sentencing, which was now set for March 22nd.
Ben & Jerry's is now offering a frozen treat that is entirely vegan. It's made with almond milk and no dairy, eggs, or honey. Experts have been working on the formula for almost 3 years. 4 flavors will get a vegan version: Chunky Monkey Chocolate Fudge, Brownie, Coffee Caramel Fudge, and Peanut Butter and Cookies. The products are certified by the advocacy group Vegan Action. But don't call it ice cream, since it doesn't include any cream. Ben & Jerry's is labeling this as non-dairy frozen dessert.
The junior class semi-formal dance will be held on Sunday, February 14th at Capriati's. Arrival begins at 5 p.m. and dinner will be served at 6. Dance will be last at 10 o'clock. There will also be a photo booth. Tickets were on sale in room 218 at the high school. The cost of the tickets were $25 each. If you have any concerns, visit room 218.
The Hazleton Career Center cafeteria is sponsoring a sock drive to benefit different therapy programs at the St. Joseph Center. Some of the outpatient therapy programs included occupational therapy, recreational therapy, speech-language therapy, music therapy, and aquatic therapy. The ladies are asking that you bring a new pair of or even a pack of socks to be donated to individuals who participate in these programs. For every sock donated, students will receive a chance to win a giant cookie party. Socks will be accepted in the Hazleton Area Career Center cafeteria or at each food service office in the administration building.
Stay tuned. I'll talk about the Super Bowl on Sunday. Plus, I'll be talking about what's going on both in the NBA and in the NHL coming up next.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
French fries. Finding best potatoes.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
I swear, I have pictures.
Becoming the most expensive sporting event in the history of the U.S. Ticket tracking site SeatGeek reports that the average ticket price is just shy of $5,000, hundreds of dollars more than the record-setting ticket price for the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight that happened last spring, and far more expensive than tickets to Super Bowl 49, which had set a record for the NFL. The Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers face off this Sunday in the first Super Bowl held in Silicon Valley in more than 30 years. The area's high average income is likely a factor in high ticket prices. Don't forget to tune in to the Super Bowl live this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Now I'm going to jump to NBA. On Wednesday night, the Atlanta Hawks faced off against the struggling Philadelphia 76ers. And the Hawks came up with a huge win, 124-86. Mike Scott of Atlanta had just 13 points, while Nick Stauskas had only 17 points. Tonight, Philadelphia goes up against the Washington Wizards, while the Hawks face the Indiana Pacers. Also on Wednesday night, the perfect team, Golden State Warriors, faced off against the Washington Wizards. And by the time the game ended, Golden State won 131-121. Steph Curry of Golden State had just 51 points, while John Wall of Washington had 41 points. Tonight, the Wizards face the Sixers, while tomorrow night, the Warriors face the Thunder. Now I'm going to jump to hockey. On Wednesday night, the Buffalo Sabres traveled to Montreal to face the Canadiens. In the first period, Buffalo scores a nice goal to lead Montreal 1-0. Second period, Montreal scores 2 goals. Montreal's up 2-1. Third period, Buffalo scores 3 goals to lead 4-2. The final score, 4-2. Also on Wednesday night, the Calgary Flames took on the Carolina Hurricanes. First period, both teams each score a goal to tie the game 1-1. Second period happens and Calgary scores 2 major goals to lead Carolina 3-1. Third period, Calgary yet scores another goal to lead Carolina 4-1. The final score, 4-1. Oh yeah, one more thing before I go. The Carolina Panthers will win on Sunday. Have a good weekend, everybody, and make sure you stay for our special segments made for your enjoyment. Have a good week. See you guys next week.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome to Cinnamon Scone Fight. Wait, this isn't the Bacon Battle segment. This is Cinema Spotlight, where we tell you about new releases, news, and old favorites. So, well, I don't have anything clever to say. What are you gonna do? This movie franchise just keeps on cruising. The Fast and Furious series is getting 9th and 10th installments. Universal Pictures announced Wednesday that the 9th film of the blockbuster franchise will hit theaters April 19th, 2019. 2 years after that, fans will be treated to the 10th film in the series. Officials did not release any details about the plots of the movies or their titles, but Fast 8 is expected to hit theaters next year on April 14th.
In an awakening.
And forget that Star Wars movie making billions of dollars. The game that fans have been waiting for, LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, hits stores June 28th with all the big characters and locales from the film. Over the last decade, LEGO Star Wars games have sold more than 33 million copies worldwide. Hamilton is giving the Grammys a shot. The LA Awards telecast will begin with a live performance via satellite from the show's New York theater. The opening number might not be Hamilton's only Grammy moment. The blockbuster Broadway show is up for Best Musical Theater Album.
Once upon a time, there was a little prince who lived on a planet that was scarcely bigger than himself.
I thought I'd never find anyone who wanted to hear my story.
Has made history, the first animated movie to open the Santa Barbara International Film Festival in its more than 30-year history. As the festival's executive director explained to The Hollywood Reporter, the movie's subject and international flavor are perfect for the fest, and star Jeff Bridges is a Santa Barbara native. And that's all for this week, so join us next time for all that cool, nerdy stuff.
More chances for snow in the near future. Find out more
plus the 7-day forecast when we come back. More chances for snow. Oh my God.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome to Channel 99 News Weather. I'm Rochelle Bonifair. Let's take a look at our current conditions where the current temperature is 40 degrees and the humidity is 30%. We've had no rainfall for the past 24 hours. Today's high will be 37 degrees and our low will be 27 degrees. It's much cooler outside than yesterday. Winds will be up to 6 miles per hour. Today's sunrise was at 7:10 a.m. and tonight's sunset will be at 5:25 p.m. The record high for today was set back in 1991 when the temperature hit 59 degrees and the record low was -10 set back in 1918. Let's take a look at the next 7 days. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of Channel 99 News. Make sure to tune in next week for more updated news, sports, and weather.
Also, don't forget to check out BCTV's Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Have a nice weekend, everybody.